Hey guys, it's Hannah and welcome back to the Dyslexic Reader. This is not normally what I do on a Sunday. I normally do discussions, but the OWLs Readathon is starting tomorrow and I haven't got my TBR up yet, so I wanted to do that today. It is a readathon hosted by Book Roast over on YouTube. I'll try to link her channel if I remember. Let me get the dates right here for when it runs. It runs from the 2nd of April to the 29th of April. And it's the OWLs from Harry Potter, the ordinary wizarding levels. You get all the subjects and there's obviously a prompt for each subject for a book to pick, and then you have to see how many you can do, and then you get like a grade for how many that you pass. And that's pretty much it. It's pretty simple. There's 12 subjects. I've picked a book for all 12. It may not get to all 12, but in case I do, I want to have them all picked out and ready to go. I am hoping to get to all 12 realistically. Like I wanna achieve this one. I'm super. This is the first time I've been excited for a read along. It's probably since Booktubeathon last year. I'm not really a big readathon partaker, but this one I'm all about. So there's 12 books, so we're just going to have to get stuck in. I'm going to have to tell you what I'm planning to read. There was actually produced a little letter for this. It actually looks like a little Hogwarts letter signed by McGonagall, yeah, and Dumbledore. And it is I guess kind of like the letter you would get, like telling you what books you need for the year. So I'm going to read off of this. I've written in pink what I'm going to read. I'm going to read off this, the subject and the prompt, and then I'm going to tell you what book that I'm going to be reading. So the first one, they're just listed alphabetically, is Ancient Runes, and you have to read a book with a symbol on the cover. For this one, I'm going for, I have them all laid out here, City of Bones by Cassandra Clare. I recently said that I really wanted to start this series. I know it's a chunker of a book, like it's big, it's over 500 pages, which is not good for a readathon, but I really want to read it. At the minute, I'm really excited to get this started, and might not show up, this is a really glossy cover, it might not show up on camera, but there's kind of like a symbol here in the background, so I'm counting this one for a symbol on the cover. Next is Arithmancy. Read a book with a number on the cover or in the title. For this is another first in the series, quite big, over 400 pages, but I've been wanting to get this for a long time. It's Time Riders by Alex Scarrow. I fell in love with Alex Scarrow as a writer last year when I read several of his adult novels. This is his YA series that I got for Christmas, but I don't know if you can see, it's got like loads of dates down here because they're time travelers, so it says 2001, 2010, 1912, 1954. It's got all the numbers kind of down here faintly with cogs surrounding them. Mess around with time and the world you know could become a world you don't. Scandalous. I actually don't know much about this apart from like it's time travelers who try to maybe stop people from time traveling and messing up time. I don't know. Kind of seems contradictory to me, but I'm going to go in positive. Astronomy. Read a science fiction novel. Now for this is a book I have tried before and DNF'd, but it's one of my boyfriend's favourite and he's keep nagging on at me to give it another go, and that's Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. It's not long, which is a plus, and I didn't like the writing style the first time, but like this was maybe 5, 6, I don't know how many years ago I tried this, and he's still on at me like, have you tried that yet? I think you should give it another go. So this is I don't own much science fiction, I don't really read much science fiction. This is one of the only science fiction I own and it's short, so I'm going to give it another go eventually. The fourth subject is Care of Magical Creatures, which I feel like would be my second favourite subject if I was at Hogwarts, and that's read a book that includes magical creatures or features magical creatures on the cover. I'm hoping this book will tick off both of those, not that it really matters. This is Charmed Life. I believe it's the first in the world of how you say that name. I have no idea. By Diane Wayne Jones. This is the woman who wrote Howl's Moving Castle in that series. If you've heard of that, this is her lesser known series. This is the first one, and look, there's a little dragon up there, so I'm pretty sure that counts as mythical creature. Then we have Charms. Read a fantasy book. Guess that's the easiest way to do it. Oh my goodness, that glare of the sun, it hates me. Oh, look at this. The sun comes out when I'm filming. A second ago it was raining. But I'm reading The Spindlers by Lauren Oliver. This also has been a book that I've owned for several months and want to get round to. I don't know much about it apart from our main character's little brother like goes to bed one night and wakes up and he's different, and she thinks the Spindlers have got him, whatever the Spindlers are, and she's gotta save him. So that to me classes as fantasy. There's these weird creatures that do weird magical things, so I'm counting that as fantasy. Defense Against the Dark Arts. A book about or featuring secret societies / clubs. Now, this was I find the hardest time. Secret societies or clubs are not really something that I read, and the only book that I could think of would be like The Order of the Phoenix, maybe. I do not want to read that. It is massive. And I can't find anything else on my shelf that mentions secret societies. I feel like a blurb wouldn't tell you that, so it's very hard to pick unless you know. So I don't think this is a secret society, but is the Guernsey Literary and Potato Peel Society. And I feel like not many people would know about that. I feel like it kind of would be an inside thing. This is a war novel. That's pretty much all I know about it. I got it really cheap at a secondhand shop. The name intrigued me. I like war books that aren't really front line. They're more like the home front, like what was going on, like how it was really affecting people at home. So I think this is what this is about. And I feel like it can't be that well known with a name like that. So I'm going to count it as a secret society for the time being, unless I can find something better in the next, until I get round to this challenge, I guess, however many weeks it takes me. So that's a tentative pick. Divination. A book featuring prophecies. Again, I feel like a blurb is not going to give you this. It would have to be a book that you already know a lot about, and fortunately I have been wanting to reread Percy Jackson series, so I'm going to pick up Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief. There is prophecies in this series. The spine is cracked beyond belief. Turn away if you don't like spines, kind of too late. So I'm going to reread this series. I've been wanting to, but I kind of feel like, I don't mind I do enjoy rereading books. I do it quite a lot, but to reread a series, that's a lot of time to put into something that I already know the story of, but I don't remember it that well. And now I've got an excuse, so I'm excited to jump back into this world, because the Heroes of Olympus series I did not enjoy or finish, and I thought that was going to be like jumping into the world, and I was so excited and it wasn't, so I'm going back to the OG. Herbology. Now I feel like this would be my favourite subject if I was at Hogwarts. Read a book with a nature related word in the title. For this I am picking Autumn by Ali Smith. I've heard great things about this, but I don't think it appeals to me. But I found it for like 20p in a charity shop. So I thought, you've got to get it and try it. Ali Smith has written Autumn in 2016. In 2017 she wrote Winter. And I believe this year spring is coming and she's going to do them. And they're just written of the time. They're very topical and they're very current. So this one set in the summer / autumn of 2016 is mostly about Brexit, but apparently it's very thought-provoking and sort of poetically written, so I'm hoping it won't, even though it's over 200 pages, I don't think it'll take me too long to fly through this one, and Autumn's about as naturey a title as you can get. History of Magic. Read a historical fiction. I am not big into historical fiction in any way, shape or form, unless it's like a subgenre to mystery. I love a Victorian mystery. You cannot tell me that there's any type of mystery is better than Victorian. I do love a cozy mystery and psychological thriller mysteries, but Victorian mysteries for me top it. So this is the first book in the Bow Street Rivals series, and this is Shadow of the Hangman, and I believe it is basically two brothers who are also detectives at the time of Sherlock Holmes, and they always end up like doing the same case, and it's like a race who can get it first. So this is set in 1815, which to me counts as historical, even though maybe historical is not like the #1 genre of this book. It's probably mystery before anything else, but I'm going to count it, and I'm excited to get around to this because I've owned this one for quite a while too. Muggle Studies. Read a Muggle non-fiction book. I had this one already. Ooh, the sun. Out from the library, and that is Descent of Man by Grayson Perry. Grayson Perry is a well-known UK artist, and this is him kind of talking about how, well, I believe, I haven't read it yet, how, it's got some of like his artwork inside it, how we have really changed our idea of feminine and what a female is, women's roles and those kind of things, but our idea of what a man is hasn't really changed an awful lot recently, and how that kind of needs to be updated and changed. So I think this should be an interesting one, and I think this is the one out of the pile that I'm most excited to get to. Potions. Read a book about or with alchemy. For this, again, I felt like this would be a hard one to pick. Blurbs don't really tell you those kinds of things necessarily are included, so I went with a small book I've already read before. So this is a reread for me, and it's Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde by Robert Louis Stevenson. I'm sure most of you know what this is about. Dr. Jekyll creates a potion, medicine, whatever you want to call it, that turns him into his alter ego of Mr. Hyde, and it's kind of a moral dilemma kind of story. It's pretty short. It's less than 100 pages. I've read it before, so it kind of helps counteract the big, like, over 500 page books I've picked, and it definitely includes alchemy, I think. And last but not least, Transfiguration. Read a book that deals with transfiguration or shape-shifting or a similar theme, or read a book with a cat on the cover. I thought I'm going to have to scour my bookshelves for a cat, because there's no way I'm finding a book on Transfiguration. I didn't even have to go to the library to get one. I had already taken this out of the library. You'll never see that, but it's absolutely beautiful gold foil in like a dark tealy colour. This is Twister by Juliet Forrest, and it literally says, I'm not going to read you the whole blurb, but it literally says a necklace that turns you into a wolf, so I'm counting that as shape-shifting. I already had this from the library, so I was going to read it a couple of weeks ago, but I've just had to like put it off, so it's perfect for this challenge. So that is it. That is my massive stack of books. This sun is becoming blinding, so I think it's time to wrap this video up. What's happened with the weather? If you're participating and you have any sort of TBR, let me know down below. I'm super excited. April, you can't come soon enough. I'm so excited for this readathon, I must say. So share all your TBRs and thoughts with me down below. I'll obviously keep you updated through the month of how I'm getting on. I hope you're all happy, I hope you're all healthy, and hopefully I'll see you in my next video. Goodbye.